The rainforests of South America amaze us with their variety of animal species. Still, they don't just have rich animal life on the ground, but also in the tree crowns and the underwater depths, which both harmless creatures and real monsters have made their home. So who are these creatures, known for their aggression and ferocity? And are they dangerous to humans? In today's story, we will feature a creature that is incredibly strong and capable of confronting even the most skilled hunters. This is one of the most amazing creatures on our planet, the electric eel. Despite its name and appearance, the electric eel is, in fact, not an actual eel. It belongs to the class of ray-finned fish from the order of gymnotiforms. The size of the fish is impressive. Adults grow to about 2.5 meters in length and 20 kilograms in weight. The elongated cylindrical body has no scales, and it's dark gray-brown on the back and yellow or orange on the belly. The long fin plays a key role in the movement, allowing the fish to move at a speed of up to 8 kilometers per hour. These fish inhabit the rivers of northeastern South America and the tributaries of the middle and lower reaches of the Amazon. Eels prefer swamps as well as creeks and lakes. The fact is that eels have poor eyesight, which is why they feel safer in dirty and muddy water. Like all electric fish, electric eels are able to use weak electrical signals for navigation and social communication with other electric eels in dark or muddy waters. These fish use a weak voltage of 10 volts for orientation, and the electric field extends over a radius of 5 meters. Some of their electric receptors are tuned to detect non-electric fish, while others specialize in detecting signals from other electric fish. The ability to detect electric signals allows eels to sense the heartbeat of other fish. Surprisingly, these fish obtain most of their oxygen from the air, so every 10 to 15 minutes, they have to rise to the surface. If they can't do this, they will die. The electric eel's ability to use atmospheric oxygen for breathing allows it to be out of the water for several hours, but only if the body and mouth remain moist. This trait provides for the eel's increased survival rate, but of course, the main trait of this creature is its incredible ability to generate electric current. The most interesting thing about the structure of electric eels is their electrical organs, which occupy over 2/3 of their body length. The positive pole of this battery lies in the front of the eel's body, while its negative pole is in the back. According to observations in aquariums, the highest discharge voltage can reach up to 650 volts, but it's usually less. And in fish that are less than 1 meter long, it doesn't exceed 350 volts. This would be enough to light 5 electric bulbs. The main electrical organs are used by eels to defend themselves against enemies and to paralyze prey. Eels have an additional electrical organ, but the field it generates is for locating purposes. They receive information about obstacles on their way or potential prey from the interference that arises within this field. Eels use a voltage of 300 to 600 volts for hunting. A short string of 4 to 8 short pulses lasting only 2 or 3 milliseconds is used to attack the prey. Approaching the target, eels generate an electric discharge, and the pursued fish, as well as all other living creatures that happen to be around, get stunned. So all that's left to do for the eel is to choose its best prey. The electric eel applies a suction feeding bite to swallow fish, crabs, and other small animals one after another, making a loud sniffing noise that can be heard from afar. Electric eels don't just use their main weapon for attacks, but also for defense. The black caiman is the largest predator of the Amazon basin, with strong armor and a huge mouth full of sharp teeth, which gives it a wide range of potential prey. Still, this time the predator made a mistake, and instead of a healthy dinner, it was in for an unpleasant surprise. Hundreds of electric pulses completely paralyze the predator, but the eel needs time to recharge. The caiman takes advantage of the moment and runs away from the unpleasant opponent. If the predator were to decide to stick around, the consequences would be much worse. At the same time, the eel itself is completely unaffected by the electric current, as its electrical cells are reliably insulated from other parts of the body, and its skin acts as a dielectric. The Spanish conquistadors were the first ones to bring information about the electric eel to the Europeans. The first detailed description was made in 1729. Naturalists didn't believe that these fish could discharge electric pulses at first. They assumed that they paralyzed their prey in some other mysterious way. However, in June 1772, a fellow of the Royal Society named John Walsh proved that eels use electricity to stun their victims. These unique fish even reproduce in an unusual way. The female and the male search for each other by sending impulses in the water. Males send powerful and frequent signals, while females send short and long signals. The female lays about 1,200 to 1,700 eggs in a well-camouflaged nest, which the male makes from its saliva. So, is the electric eel dangerous to humans? This fish can actually be deadly. The eel is aggressive. It can attack without warning even if there is no threat. If something alive gets into the electric field, the eel won't hide or swim away. If a person sees an electric eel on their way, it's much better for them to just swim to the side. People should stay at a distance of at least 3 meters from the fish, since this is the common radius of the eel's electric field. A series of shocks can cause cardiac arrest, and paralysis can lead to drowning, even in shallow waters. However, such cases are rare for obvious reasons. The electric eel didn't become popular among local fishermen, so this fish has virtually no natural enemies. Although sometimes the eel can fall prey to a large crocodile, it doesn't have much of an effect on the population size. The lifespan of electric eels can exceed 10 or even 15 years. It should be added that the ability to generate electric current isn't an exclusive trait of electric eels. About 250 other species have this skill, but their electrical organs serve primarily for orientation purposes as well as a hunting and protection tool. However, there are only 2 representatives of the fauna, electric eels and stingrays. They can produce a charge of such voltage that it can paralyze or even kill a person. An interesting fact, researchers at Yale University and the National Institute of Standards and Technology argue that artificial cells can be created that not only mimic the electrical behavior of electric eel cells, but also improve it. Artificial versions of eel cells that can produce electricity can be developed as an energy source for medical implants and other microscopic devices. What do you think about these fantastic creatures? And what would you do if you ever faced one?